Let's run through a scenario. A brand founder spends 9 months developing a supplement. They pick a manufacturer who shows a third-party tested badge on their reference samples. 6 months after launch, an FDA Form 483 hits the facility for batch record violations. The brand pulls the product. Not because the test failed, but because the manufacturer was never vetted. The trap is believing a tested badge means the manufacturer is vetted. It does not. Finished product testing and manufacturer vetting are different layers. Both matter, and most founders end up buying one and assuming they got both. Here is what each layer actually covers, whether they differ, and what to ask before you sign. Chapter 1. What a tested badge actually covers. A third-party testing service runs finished products through an independent lab, accredited to ISO standards. That's the international standard for testing laboratory competence. They check label claim accuracy, heavy metals, microbial contamination, and adulterants. One 2025 industry retrospective tested 44 supplements sold on Amazon and found half failed to meet label claims. A tested badge means something specific. This particular product at this particular moment passed this particular lab's test panel. One snapshot of one sample on one day. Chapter 2. What manufacturer vetting actually covers. It's a different layer. Manufacturing vetting asks whose facility made the product and how it was made. The reference is based on federal regulations that govern supplement manufacturing. Vetting looks at the facility audit, component testing under specific regulatory guidelines. Batch production records are an example, and they relate to the quality control structure of the manufacturer. This isn't about whether one bottle passed a lab test. It's about whether the process that made the bottle consistently produces what the label says across every batch, including the next one you haven't shipped yet. Chapter 3. Why the two layers fail differently. If finished product test is a snapshot, manufacturer vetting is the movie. A good process can produce one bad batch. The documentation will show what happened, when it happened, and why it happened. A bad process can produce one good batch, and the documentation behind it will be inconsistent, missing, or fabricated. If you only check one layer, you only see one kind of failure. The badge tells you about a bottle, while the vetting tells you about the operation. For finished product testing, ask the lab's name and ISO accreditation body. Ask the test panels covered. Ask what specification the result was compared against. Ask for the label claim itself, as well as the internal release spec of the label. For manufacturer vetting, ask for a redacted master manufacturing record. Walk through their component testing procedure. Review batch records under regulatory guidelines. A tested badge without vetting is half the story. A vetted manufacturer without testing is the other half. For a brand you'd put your name and reputation and livelihood behind, you need both. We publish a manufacturer vetting framework and a searchable directory of manufacturers at inventoryready.com. The links are in the description. I'm Greg from Inventory Ready. Thanks for watching.